When we think of a surround system, it's normally something like this: 5 satellites and a sub for the base. In the system I am about to show you, the actual back scene can become our sound radiators, as opposed to the speakers we have just seen. The back scene can be made of differing materials like foam board or MDF at different sizes to suit a layout. You will, however, have differing EQ characteristics with relation to the size and material used, but we can simply EQ this out, as I have done on the X2G sound card as shown here. The actual source of the sound is an NXT exciter mounted on the rear of the board. Have a read of the next illustration for an understanding. Okay, here we have a Gauge Master back scene pasted to 6 foam boards, 5 of which have NXT exciters mounted on the rear of them for our demonstration, which is centred around 5.1 surround sound. Of course, in normal configuration, a surround sound really isn't of much use to us, because it's assumed that we sit in the centre of the sound and the sound rotates around us, angle changing, direction, volume, etc, etc, width. This is no good to us. However, as you can see, I have 5 speakers. Now these 5 speakers could either be in the corners of a room or, in our case, in a straight line. The right surround one indicated here is the far right. That would be the centre on our back scene, and this one is the far left. But before we add sounds, we need to take the width right out and increase the focus. Now, the only thing we're really interested in is the angle, and the angle will give the position of where the sound is coming from, or the indication. Obviously, where the pan is situated at the moment, it would be far right. If we move it to the middle, it'd be panned between the right speaker, the right surround speaker, not unlike a stereo. So you can see that we can place this sound anywhere we want within our layout, or indeed a room if the speakers are surrounding us. We're going to add some sounds now to our layout. We've got these little cameos here. We've got Black Dyke in the local bandstand, which we stick there. We've got the village church, and we've got the village school playground. All of these require sounds which will help to bring our layout to life. It's relatively easy to position our sound using the mouse pointer and the surround panel on screen. However, there's another method which is great for when you actually stand in front of the layout. We can use a gamepad, and we can use this to position the sound exactly where we want it. And when we've done so, that's it, finished. Well, there's our first sound, the garden birds. And there go Black Dyke Mills, Hungarian March. There's the school children, playtime. Hello, church has just started. And finally, the woodbirds on the end. Of course, we're not confined to one sound within one speaker. You've probably just heard him. That's our big fat robin. He's on a separate track, and I've increased his volume with respect to the sound behind him to emphasise the difference in position. Of course, sound doesn't have to be static. Using a surround system, we can now move the sound through a scene as demonstrated by this World War II Spitfire. And now we hear it coming back again. Obviously you cannot appreciate this from a microphone on a camera, but believe me, it really sounds good when you hear it coming out of the back scene. Next we've got an engine with a loose coupled train shunting in a goods yard. You can see it moving again. Finally, we've got a keypad here, a USB keypad. I purchased this for £2 from eBay, and that included postage. Although you can get them wireless now, and we're going to use this for our user configured sounds, i.e. sounds that we've put into the software ourselves, and sounds that we want to be able to trigger at any given time. So I've only put the one of interest to us, and that's a station announcement. And lastly, some I've programmed in for my grandchildren for when they're playing.
Cinders and ashes, spluttered Thomas.
I need an engine that is both useful and reliable.
I won't let you down, sir, whistled Thomas proudly.
That's my buffers! These are lean fireboxes!
I hope you've enjoyed this short film, and it's given you some ideas and encouragement to look into putting sound on your own layouts. Thanks very much for watching.